Hello, everybody. We are nearing the end of our fall 2024 orientation training videos, and this will be just a quick one to discuss some odds and ends things as we head into our classes, things to know about being in the classroom, communicating your needs, preparing in advance for the things that you need, things like that. So let's dive right in. Just some things to consider as you're coming into your classes. So, number one, please arrive 10 to 15 minutes early to your first class of the day. Not 5 minutes, not walking in as the class starts. Please, I know it requires some additional planning on your part, but that is the standard. 10 to 15 minutes early. This gives you time to get your stuff situated, to pull out what you need, make sure devices are turned on, make sure speakers are plugged in, all of those kinds of things. Make sure that the classroom supplies that you need are there, the connectors for your phone so you can plug it into the speaker to play your music, all of those things. You should be taking care of those things before your class starts. We have told students that they are not to be dropped off or they're not to arrive any earlier than 10 minutes before class. Older students can be dropped off up to 10 minutes before, and of course, some students stay in between from class to class. But you don't have to open the door to your classroom and admit students in until 5 minutes prior. So come in 10 minutes early, shut that door. If someone tries to come in, just let them know, hey, I'll open the door at 5 minutes till. I'm just getting everything ready. Of course, if a class is in there or if you're in a class in there before the next class, the standard is that we release classes at 5 minutes till. So we have that transition time. And so, yeah, you are ready to welcome students at 5 minutes till, and that is the time when parents can bring them in, drop them off, etc. Parents are not welcome to stay in the classes. You might have some little guys whose parents ask if they can watch or sit in, especially as classes get started and they're nervous at first, and we just say, I got this, we got this, they're going to be fine. You're welcome to wait in the lobby. I'll come and get you if I am having a hard time, that kind of thing. But just make sure that you're getting in early and getting all set up so that you can start class on time and you have that little 5 minute buffer time to have some interaction and some community with your students and parents as they come in and out. Sorry, I'm looking at my notes here. If you need to print or make copies, please come even earlier. Our printer, we refer to her affectionately as Miss Sheba, and short for Toshiba, the printer. And she is, some days she's in a good mood and most days she is not. And so please allow 20 to 30 minutes before your class starts to arrive if you have printing or copying to do. This is a courtesy to other teachers as well who might be needing to use it. So you're not all, cramming into to print and copy at 10 minutes before the 5 o'clock class round when there's 6 classes and everyone has to print something and it's 10 till 5. Come early so that there's enough time for everybody to get their stuff done. And also just expect that Miss Sheba might not be in a good mood and you may need to do some coaxing. Christy is our Sheba whisperer, and Lori really is a Sheba whisperer too, so they might be able to help you. And sometimes it just takes a little bit to get her to cooperate, and also come with a contingency plan if she is not going to cooperate. It's just been known to happen, so I'm just putting it out there. That is a thing, so give yourself some extra time. All classrooms are equipped with everything that you need. There are cleaning supplies, there are tons of office supplies, there are paper trays, there are file folders. The gray canvas bins that you'll see in the white cubbies are for you and your supplies if you need that. But otherwise, for the big white cubby units, we ask that those be used for student belongings. Please don't begin to pile up class papers or other things like that. Please put all of that stuff away at the end of each class and don't allow things to pile up in the cubbies. If students leave items behind at the end of your teaching time, please bring those up to the upstairs lobby and put them in the lost and found. And you can certainly shoot a note to your student to let them know, like, hey, you left this, it's in the lost and found. But please don't leave items in the cubbies. Also, anything that's in some of the cubbies have little white doors on them. And that's typically cleaning supplies. All classrooms have a first aid kit. So those are the kinds of places to look if there's something that you need, and you're welcome to put things in those. But otherwise, leave the cubbies open. Some of the classrooms have bookshelves, and you're welcome to use those as long as you're keeping them neat and tidy and not just stacking a bunch of scripts or sheet music. Please use the paper sorters and other things that are in there so that things continue to look nice and tidy. And then if you need anything, let us know. You are not expected to scavenge for yourself, to use your own resources, to equip yourself in your classroom. Please ask us. We're happy to do everything that we can to get you the supplies that you need. All classrooms have speakers and adapters for different types of electronics, keyboards in the classrooms that are used for music teaching. So everything you need should be there and should be working. Of course, things happen and something stops working or whatever. In that case, please reach out to Christy, to myself, to Tamara, our administrative assistant, and or to Lori, our business manager, and we can help you troubleshoot that stuff. What we really want to ask that you not do is please don't go into another room and take a speaker out of it. This one's working, I'll just take this one because I have to keep going with my class. Please, explain to your students, sorry guys, give me 5 minutes. Let me try to get a hold of somebody and see if I can get this working. It's also another reason to come in early so you can check it before the class starts. But yeah, unless you cannot reach anyone and there is just no other option, then in an absolute emergency, go ahead and take what you need from somewhere else. But you must return it to the place you took it in the way that you found it. And then please shoot one of us a message if you haven't already, and let us know, hey, the speaker wasn't working. I tried to get a hold of you. I couldn't. So I took the one from the voice studio and I put it back. But just so you know, the speaker in the tap studio wasn't working for me. If you could please look into that. Just something like that so that we can follow up and try to get that taken care of. If you don't let us know, if you don't ask for help, then we can't fix it and we can't figure it out, So please communicate and let us know. And you are welcome to communicate with any of the 4 of us, myself, Christy, Tamara, and Lori. You can text us, you can email us, you can call us. And our phone numbers and info is in the teacher handbook. It's also in the email that I'm sending to teachers. So save those numbers and don't hesitate to reach out. Let's see. Yep. So, sorry, I'm just skimming all my notes here. When you're done for the day, whether or not another teacher is coming in after you, please just take a few minutes. Again, use that 5-minute transition. And look at the checklist. Every room has a checklist. Most of them are taped to the back side of the door in the classroom. Some of them are taped on the wall just to one side of the door, but they all have it. It's just a quick studio checklist. Please just go down that checklist and make sure that you've completed all the items. It takes 2 minutes. It's things like making sure all of your supplies are put away, making sure trash has been put in the trash can, making sure that if you are the last one and no one else is coming in there the rest of the day, that you've turning off the fan, the lights, you've wiped down the whiteboard. What's there? Oh, and then we do ask that you leave the door open when you leave. It's fine to close it while teaching is going on, but when you leave, please prop the door open. It helps with airflow and it keeps the whole suite cooler. And so then the first person to come in the next day is going to have a much cooler space to walk into because the airflow has been better. Please do not close the doors at the end of the day. All that is listed on the checklist, so please just go over the checklist every time as you're leaving. And if we just, if all of us take 2 minutes at each transition, the rooms are going to stay in really, really good shape. If we, start to to loosen up on that, and like it's one person at the end of the night having to like do the heavy lifting for everybody for the whole day, you know, that doesn't feel good, and it just snowballs quickly. But if we all just take 2 minutes after every transition, it's going to stay in good shape. So we appreciate you doing that. I think that is about it. Oh, just one little thing about like students being dropped off and attending and whatever, parents attending. Please encourage parents and students to take care of getting water, going to the bathroom, and definitely eating before and after class, not during. We do not take a formal snack break or bathroom break in any class. We don't have time. It derails the whole class, takes forever to get things going again. We just don't do that. Of course, take water breaks as you and your students need them, but 5 minutes or less kind of deal. We do not encourage food in the classrooms at all. Tell kids they can have their snack when class is over. If people are coming in hungry, be like, hey, make sure you eat something before you come into class. These are the kinds of communications that we can send out in our reminder emails and stuff. So let us know if it's a problem. But you can be encouraging that directly as well. And of course, students can go to the bathroom. You do not need to accompany students to the bathroom, with the exception of the littles. If you teach 3 to 5-year-olds, then maybe you should do a little like group trip. But you should always be encouraging students to wait until the end of class, if at all possible. It's a little trickier with those little guys. We don't want to have any accidents, of course, but otherwise, see if they can wait until class is over. If not, they can just run to the bathroom, run right back. There's plenty of people with eyes around. You do not need to stop the whole class and watch them make it to the bathroom. And of course, just like pay attention, make sure they come back. And I think that is about it on these little odds and ends. The last thing I just want to say is communicate. There should always be at least one GCPA staff person in the building most of the time. Sometimes at opening and closing, there's a little bit of an exception there, but like in the heart of things, Christy is around most days. Our admin assistant, Tamara, will be around at least one day out of the week, if not more. I'll be around several days of the week. Lori is around, Stephanie's around, Paul's around. So don't hesitate to reach out if you need help. Again, if you're stuck in the classroom and something's going on, you can text us. Can you come downstairs? Can you help me? If you have issues with students, anything, just be overly communicative and let us know what you need, so that we can hop in and try to help. And if you're not getting a hold of anybody, just do the best you can in the moment, and we appreciate it. And then reach out and be like, hey, I had an issue and there was nobody in the building and I kind of had to figure it out myself and it was hard. And let me and let us help you figure that out as well, because nobody wants anybody to be in a situation like that where they felt stuck and unsupported. So it happens sometimes, we don't always hear our phones or whatever, but we're going to really try to be available during those class times to make sure that you have what you need. So thanks a lot, and we'll see you in the classroom.